Hi guys, it's me Priyank, and in this video we are going to take a look at what is routing, how to root, and what are the benefits of routing, and as well as we are practically going to root a phone. So if you are into routing or just doing a research about routing, so this video is definitely for you. So in this video I've divided this video into two parts. First one is a theory part and the second one is a practical part where I'll be routing a Nothing Phone 1, and I'll show you what are the consequences of routing, and everything is covered in this video. So in case if you want to skip to a certain part of the video, you can check the timestamps in the first comment or in the description of this video. So this is a complete ultimate routing guide for any Android device. So without wasting time, let's start with the video after the intro. So as I told you, I've divided this video into two parts. The first one is a theory part where I'll be covering everything that you need to know before rooting the device. And then second part is the practical part where I'll be rooting a device right in front of you guys. So by the way, for people who don't know, my name is Priyank and I'm from Imperative Business Venture Private Limited. I'm the CTO over here and we are discussing routing an Android phone. So without wasting time, first let's try to answer the first question, what actually routing means and what happens when you root a device. So routing is basically gaining super user access. So by default, for people who don't know, we have, like in Windows we have administrator, in Linux we have something known as super user, and our Android phones run on Linux operating system basically. So in simple term, routing is basically gaining all the access, all the files that are behind the system that are running when your phone starts and even before the phone actually starts. So routing in simple terms is basically gaining access to those files which are in the processing file, basically in simple terms, in normal layman language. Now the next question that you might ask, what are the benefits of routing and why do people actually root their phone? So there are various benefits of routing in simple terms. It depends from user to user. If you are a DIY guy or if you are someone like me who wants to customize their operating system, or let's say install a different version of Linux that you are running, let's say if you want to install a custom ROM or even a Kali Linux ROM, which I have already uploaded a video on my channel. So in that case, we root our device and root access is required to change the files that are already present. Now for people who are hackers, they basically root their device to gain access, and after you gain complete access to your file system, you basically can do any sort of thing. So I have a hacking video on this channel. If you are into all those cybersecurity content, then I think this is the right channel for you guys. Now we know a bit about the benefits of routing. It's time to learn what are the restrictions that you might face or what are the cons of routing. So in simple term, if you root a device, you are gaining a super user access, but at the same time you are losing your warranty. That is the first thing. Second thing is some banking application, not just some, almost 99% of banking applications won't work on your phone because your device is rooted, and there are some security measures that there are some restrictions basically by these applications. So in case if you have root access, you can be hacked. So that's why they won't allow you to do any transactions on a rooted device. So let's move forward and let's learn a bit about routing. There are two types of routing basically. So the first one is the previous one which we used to use, that is previously we used to have super user, then we have super su, that is super su, and then now we have something even modern which allows you to root any device with the same file, that is called Magisk. Now Magisk is basically kind of a root manager sort of things where you can get a root access and then you can install modules and you can play around and do a lot of things without even playing around and going into recovery again and again. So depending on your requirement, you can choose, but nowadays in 2025-26 we use Magisk to root your device. Now you need to understand one thing over here, the file are customized for each phones, and Magisk overall works for any Android device, but just make sure you are doing proper research, because first thing, you will void your warranty, and the second problem that you will face is you might be stuck into a boot loop or your phone won't work in layman's language. So without wasting time, let's root our device. I have a Nothing Phone 1 and I'll show you how you can root a Nothing Phone 1 practically, and after rooting it we are going to do a hell lot of things and we are going to play around with our phone. So I guess let's go and let's see the practical part of rooting. So first and the most important thing is to enable USB debugging. So for various phones it is to tap 7 times on the developer options. So you can find developer options inside your about phone section. So you can just Google how to enable developer mode for your phone. So this is the basic requirement, and once you enable developer mode, you just go to settings and system, and inside that in developer option you need to enable OEM unlocking. Now OEM unlocking basically allows you to unlock your device. You also need to enable USB debugging that allows you to communicate with ADB and fastboot drivers. Now turn off your phone and press the volume up key and go into the bootloader mode. Various phones have various methods of going into bootloader mode. Once you are into bootloader mode, you can just type in fastboot devices. If your device is not detected, you need to install fastboot drivers. Now I'll add a link of 15-second fastboot installer and ADB installer in the description. Just understand that you have to unlock your device or unlock the bootloader before rooting your device. So first step is to unlock bootloader. Now you can do research on how to unlock bootloader of your specific phone and how to install fastboot drivers for your specific version of operating system. Like for example, in my case I'm using a Mac, so I'll be using a fastboot driver for Mac. Once that is done, you will see a screen which will pop out and it will ask you if you want to unlock the bootloader. And over here the touch won't work, so you have to use the buttons, and once that is done, once you press the button, you will be unlocking the bootloader of your phone. Once the bootloader is unlocked, your phone will restart and this is how it will look. Usually there is a warning, and in Samsung phones there is a different kind of warning that the bootloader is unlocked, and congratulations, your warranty is already voided. You won't be able to claim your warranty unless you relock the bootloader. So the command to relock is also same. Once this is done, your phone will be factory resetted. Now it's time to get the boot image of your phone. Now you need to search for the boot image or the stock ROM, and usually inside the stock ROM you will find the boot image. Now Magisk basically flashes or patches the bootloader and the boot image. So you just have to find the boot image. So for in my case, I already have the firmware and various other files. I just need the boot image which will be patched by Magisk. The second thing that you need is you need to download the Magisk APK, which allows you to flash the bootloader. Now I'll give a detailed link in the description where you can find all the device boot files. So even if your device is not Nothing Phone, I'll give you a link where you can find almost every device's file. So once this is done, you need a Magisk APK. Now Magisk has released a newer APK, and inside the releases section of GitHub, you can scroll down. There are pre-release and a proper latest version. So I'll be using version 29.0. Once you click on it, you can download the APK file. So you have a normal boot image and you have the APK. So as you can see, I have two files, one APK and the boot image. Now just copy these two files in the SD card or inside the internal memory of your phone. Now Magisk will automatically patch the boot image and install it, and I'll show you how to do it. So once you are on your phone, you will notice that I have already copied these files. So I'll show you the internal storage, and inside internal storage I've created a root folder. There is a boot.image file and magisk.apk file. I'll just install the APK, and you need to enable unknown sources so you can install a unknown APK. So Magisk will basically patch the boot image file with the root permissions. So as you can see, once I have enabled it, you just have to install it, and once the installation is completed, you need to open the application. So I'll quickly open Magisk application. This is the new application. Allow all the permissions. There are 2 steps to install Magisk. If you are installing it for the first time, you just have to click on the install button and then select the boot image. So I'll show it to you. Just open Magisk and then click on install. In case if you are updating from a previous version, you can just click on update. There will be an update option, and if you scroll down you can go to superuser. This is where the permissions will be. Right now the device is not rooted. I'll click on install, and the method that I'm using is patch file. Select it, and once you select it, you will be navigated and you have to select the boot image that we have downloaded. Now in every case you just have to make sure that the boot image is the right image of your phone. So this is something that is for Nothing Phone 1. I'll click on it and I'll just click on let's go, and this will basically patch the image. Once the patching is done, now there will be a image file that has been downloaded. Now it's time to install the custom recovery, and I have a separate video of how to install these boot files. For now what you need to do is just press the volume up key and go to the bootloader mode, then go to the recovery and flash this image file. So image file is basically patched, and this is a root version of the image file. So once you do that, you will be prompted and you will be seeing this screen, and over here you need to press and hold the lock button and then press the volume up button. And once this image is installed, you will be taken inside the system, and inside the system you have to add additional setups that are required. Just click on OK and it will automatically install, and as you can see this device is rooted. After restart, you will notice that if you go to the system settings, you will notice that the device is rooted and you can grant super user access. We'll be doing a lot of things. I guess that's all for this video. I hope you learned a lot of things, and in the next video we are going to install custom recovery on our phone, and I'll be talking about different types of recovery. By the way, if you like this channel, then please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the like button, and you already know everything. If you have any questions, you can leave them down below, and that's all from my end.